She was super organized.
This is where she spent her time up here.
Her bedroom remains mostly unchanged.
We're not ready to give her
We're
up
not
yet.
ready. We're not ready.
So is her parents' grief.
For some odd reason, I think she's still gonna walk through that door.
I play the if game a lot.
Tiffany Jarrett and 5 others died February 11, 2021, in what was the largest chain reaction pileup in North Texas history. You've seen the images of the FedEx truck smashing into the pileup, the impact killing Tiffany and another motorist named Mike Wells. But what you haven't heard is the story of that FedEx truck and how its driver wasn't authorized to drive for FedEx. It's an illegal practice known as the hidden carrier. So what is a hidden carrier? That's when a trucking company is authorized to move a shipment, but it secretly hires someone else to do the job. That's illegal and thus the hidden carrier. And that's what happened with that FedEx truck in Fort Worth in 2021.
FedEx was not watching who's coming in and out of their own gates. And when you have that happen, you end up with motor carriers that are unsafe, and you end up with drivers that are unsafe.
Both families have sued FedEx and the trucking companies involved in the accident.
It only gets caught most often when we have a wreck like this. And then there's an investigation as to, wait, why is this motor carrier hauling this particular load?
Well, good morning to you.
It's February 11th, 2021.
These roads have been pre-treated.
Just after 6 a.m.
There is still a concern, though, for that morning commute.
Black ice covered the roadways. There's a pileup in the toll lanes of Interstate 35 involving more than 130 cars and trucks. Tiffany and Mike Wells' cars had rear-ended the vehicles in front of them.
We saw all these vehicles and we saw the FedEx truck hanging over the edge.
Dashcam video from inside the truck carrying the FedEx shipment showed the driver increasing his speed up the incline to 66 miles an hour. A minute later, the truck crashed first into Jared's car and then into Wells's. This was the aftermath. There's Jared's car and Mike Wells' truck underneath the semi.
A horror that must have gone through their mind seeing this 18-wheeler come from behind.
That morning, Cindy Jared would find out her daughter didn't show up for work. Hours went by, stretching into evening.
I remember getting the call, and it came up on my screen, Tarrant County, and they said, "This is so-and-so from the medical examiner. I have your daughter here with me." I just threw the phone.
Cindy Jared now had to tell Tiffany's daughter, Emery.
She said, "Grammy, I never thought at 11 years old I wouldn't have my mommy."
Let's talk about that FedEx truck that was in the toll lane that morning. A broker hired a company named Iso Rizzo to transport the FedEx shipment from Troutdale, Oregon to its facility in Fort Worth. The broker's contract with Iso Rizzo strictly prohibited hiring another carrier to transport the cargo.
Correct. Okay.
Instead, testimony shows Iso Rizzo hired a hidden carrier called Simon Express to move the shipment. Months earlier, federal regulators sent a letter to Simon Express saying, "Our records show significant noncompliance in the area of unsafe driving."
Yes.
The driver of the Simon Express truck testified he had only been a truck driver for 16 months. He'd taken a 3-week driving school in Florida.
This driver had had a wreck just 2 months before this in the ice.
The driver testified that he did not receive hands-on winter weather training.
He was a rookie driver driving back through a winter storm here in Texas.
St. Laud testified about what happened when he picked up the shipment from FedEx.
When you just show up to the gate, you just give the pickup number. And that's what I did.
All you need is a reference number. You can drive up and show a number. The name on your truck can be different than what the paperwork says, and they will still give you the load.
In depositions, FedEx supervisors testified how St. Lot was able to pick up the shipment.
We're not reviewing the driver's license, and we're not reviewing the DOT number.
The only thing we have is a reference number.
Has FedEx indicated that they've changed anything?
From what we can see, nothing's been changed.
In a December 2024 court filing, the company's attorneys wrote, FedEx Ground did not hire the drivers and had no duty as the shipper to maintain responsibility for the drivers. The attorneys went on to say FedEx Ground did not maintain any control over the manner in which the drivers haul the trailer. FedEx said in a statement, "Our thoughts remain with those who lost loved ones in this tragic accident. Safety is our highest priority, and we fully cooperated with investigating authorities throughout their investigation." But the company didn't address our questions about whether it had changed any procedures.
How was the game? Did y'all win?
Tiffany's daughter Emery, now 15, lives part-time with her grandparents.
All right.
She's on the cheerleading squad and wants to be a family law attorney.
I know she's watching her. I know she's proud of her. I didn't even know about how the trucking business worked until this happened, and it's mind-boggling what's overlooked. We don't want anybody else to have to go through this grief. It's a club you don't want to be a part of.
Iso Rizzo ceased operations 6 months after the accident, but the company's owner now runs another trucking company. Federal regulators gave Simon Express an unsatisfactory safety rating after the accident. The company also shut down, and its owner also runs another trucking company. St. Lot testified that he no longer drives 18-wheelers. I'm Tanya Iser. Back to you.